Circuit of the Americas, Formula One, Austin, Texas. We're knocking it out, guys. This is absolutely gnarly. So we're doing a couple turns here, all the bleachers. So we're set up here. First off, we got 2 trucks on the road. One crew is here. We're doing all these bleachers. And we have another crew tackling 4 house washing and window cleaning projects. This should be a 4-day job. We're doing these bleachers here, and those right there, and then those right there. Over 30,000 seats. You know, I'm not sure how they calculate exactly how many seats there is, you know, being that it's bleachers, but they say over 30,000 seats, which is just absolutely insane. This is a contract that we got last year. You know, everyone always asks me, like, how do you get these big contracts? How do you get this big work? Dude, it's actually really, really simple. Okay, 80% of the business that's out there, okay, you know, the work that you can get, those people interested in those services are looking on Google, okay? And if you guys are not on Google, if you guys are not ranking high on Google, fact of the matter is you're just not gonna have as good as an opportunity to land those jobs as someone like myself will, okay? How do you guys get up there? That's a whole nother video, but to start, I would reach out to the socialmediapros.com. They do a really good job with websites and Google My Business and Google Ads. But check this out, guys. Like, they want us to come over here and power wash all this stuff. Now, we're just using ball valves. You know, I'm sure there's a way to get this perfect. I'm sure, like, you see a lot of this stuff right here, that'll come off with the ball valve easily. You know, I know they make a aluminum cleaner that could potentially be downstreamed or soft washed on here, that you simply just soak on here, let it sit and rinse off. A couple of issues I have with that. I don't want to douse this whole thing in chemicals, being that there's a lot of work happening underneath us here. They have all kinds of people working out here. Well, this turn, not so much, but over there, it's an absolute madhouse. There's like so many cars and RVs and people working underneath these bleachers. I estimate this job will probably take us 4 days. My goal for today is to actually knock out this whole thing. It doesn't seem like much, but it's a lot. I might get into what we're charging for this job maybe at the end of this video, but for now, I'm gonna keep it silent, man. Okay, it's money. That's all I'm gonna say, it's money. You know, coming out here, making it worth our while, 4 days. A lot of you guys have been following my channel for a while know how much we like to make per day that averages out on a day-to-day basis. That's basically what we're charging per day, times 3 or 4 days. So it's a decent, you know, it's decent work. It's not a slam dunk home run, but this is great photos for the website, great photos for social media, great content for YouTube. I mean, how cool is it to say that we are the go-to power washing company for Circuit of the Americas, okay? That's sick. And a lot of you guys that are doing like work out there, understand that like not every job needs to be a slam dunk home run. Think about the content. Like, how much credibility does it add to your Google My Business profile to take a photo like this, okay, at Circuit of the Americas and post it on your, you know, on your website, on your business profile? That adds a lot of credibility. Certainly if Circuit of the Americas or a Formula One track, the only one in the country, I think, is, you know, if they trust me, if they trust us enough to hire us, certainly a homeowner will, right? So you kind of have to think about that as you go into some of these big projects. Think about the opportunity cost of you potentially losing that deal and what it can mean to, you know, in the business in the future. So I always think about these when I'm pricing jobs like this. This job, honestly, if I'm just looking at it, should be probably about 2 to 2.5 times more than what we're charging. But, you know, if I'm just going on just straight time and, you know, and square footage and just the length and the time of everything, but, you know, it's just not. But we're making it worth our while. It's okay. And we're gonna knock this out, get some excellent content. But we're actually gonna be pulling water from a fire hydrant over there, which is gonna make things really interesting. I don't like using a fire hydrant. I've only used it a handful of times. I know some of the guys in the comment sections are gonna be like, you're not doing it right, you're not doing it right. Yeah, you're probably right. However, my business partner was a lieutenant in the fire stations like 10 years ago, so he has a good understanding on how this stuff works, and he taught me a little bit. And I've done it a handful of times, so it should be interesting. All right, so I was able to get this off, screw this little piece in, and we're gonna use our little tool right here on the top that will provide water to the truck. So this should be fun. All right, guys, this thing is probably pumping out pretty fast. Holy shit, yeah. Oh yeah. Alrighty, guys, not bad, not bad. A couple little updates I wanna update you guys on. Well, one being, we actually had to let go of our entire crew. I'm not gonna say fire, but we did part ways with our old crew. It's about 3 or 4 guys that we've had for a good amount of time over the last couple of years. And just due to mainly just due to some trust issues, we found out some things that we kind of didn't like. And we tried to, we tried to sit with it. We tried to keep on working, but at the end of the day, once the trust is kind of broken, it's a little hard to rebuild. I wish them all the best. Very good guys, very good, guys. They know how to work and whatnot. Just, it was time to hit the refresh button. And we were actually, surprisingly, to my shock, we were actually able to find three to four really, really solid guys that have really great experience, come from other power washing companies. The stars aligned. They were in the market to find a new place to work, and we were hiring at the same time. So ended up putting up some Indeed ads, had some applications come through, called a couple people. So we have a brand new team of 4 guys, and 2 of them are gonna be doing holiday lighting, and the other 2 are gonna be mainly doing power washing. Which brings me to my second update. We've been doing holiday lighting. We started that whole campaign last week. We just started installing all of our customers from last year. And guys, I love holiday lighting. It's something that I slept on for a long time because I was like, man, I'm a power washing company. I don't need to get involved with holiday lights. It's just like, I don't want to learn it. Dude, big mistake waiting a year, because now a bunch of competitions in the market, a bunch of people know about holiday lighting. Now every single home service business, whether you're doing pest control, lawn, landscaping, okay, power washing, everyone's doing holiday lighting. It's just crazy how much big tickets you can get for work that takes, I mean, it might take a couple days to learn what you're doing as far as the wiring and all that stuff, but to actually do a job, I mean, it could take an hour or 2 and you're charging $1,000. Holy crap. And then that's just one thing. The beautiful thing about it is it's reoccurring revenue, right? You pay for the lights on year 1, and then they stay with you on year 2. On year 2, that customer, you have no equipment costs. You have no, you have no cost of the lights. You already own that. You paid for that on year 1, which the customer paid you for. And then on year 2, you charge the same amount, except you have no cost involved. You're literally just installing the lights. You have labor, straight labor. It's a beautiful business. So we were able to take the 40 customers that we were able to get last year off of like 4 to 6 weeks of marketing. It was on Halloween where we decided to send out a text message to all of our customers last year. And yeah, we basically in a month did 40 customers just off a single text message. So this year is a bit different. We started our text message campaigns and email campaigns through MailChimp. What was it? It's October 10th right now. So I think we started it like late September and got a lot of traction back. If you guys are not using MailChimp or some kind of text message email software to reach out to your clients, not just about lights, but in general, it's such a beautiful thing. The ability to take a photo of a house that has Christmas lights on it and say, hey, we're doing Christmas lights. Is this something that you're interested in? We'd love to get you a free quote. That picture aspect, you've got to use the software that you're able to send photos, because how many times a day do all of us get spam text messages? It just gets deleted. It just doesn't get looked at. I see all the text messages, but as soon as I realize that it's a spam text message or just a bunch of words, I say, okay, yeah, screw that. I don't even care. But if there's a photo up there, a high definition photo of you and the team, you and your whatever equipment, you and maybe a holiday lighting house that you just completed. Or let's say you're not even doing holiday lighting. You're just in the power washing space and you want to get more customers. Hey, send a photo of like a roof cleaning, a before and after roof cleaning, a before and after house washing job. Send it to all your customers. Send it to some database. Send it to your realtor lists. I talk a lot about this in my Service Business Pros group community, right? Send that photo to your list. Say, hey, check out this job we just completed last week. It was freaking crazy. It took us a while, but we ended up getting it knocked out. Hey, if this is something you're interested in, you know who to call, right? Not pushing sales on anybody, not giving them discounts, I'm just saying, hey, check this out. Pretty cool, right? Hey, let me know if you ever need anything. Just reaching out to your customers, customer relations, man. This is what the big companies understand. This is what these big home service business companies, they understand. They do this actually quite well. So it's something obviously I'm super passionate about. And I like to say that's a big reason how we were able to grow to the way we are right now. We're able to do so much work. Everyone asks like, oh, how are you doing so much work? Keep track of your customers, talk to your customers. In other news, I got a new tattoo. Sorry, Mom. Mythological god tattoo, anchor, Triton. Got the tentacles coming up. Basically means that I'm the freaking son of Poseidon, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to the project. Alrighty, guys. Left the crew for just a couple minutes to go get some pizza via 313. This stuff is absolutely insane, Detroit style. Really freaking good ass pizza. 2 boxes of pizzas though for 70 bucks. I'm not sure if I'll do that again, but it's some of the best pizza in Austin in my opinion. All right, so I got all that done. Oh, don't you love it whenever you go work all the way over there. You almost get done. It's about 2:30, 3 o'clock, right when the sun's at its freaking highest. Then what you do is you turn around to see what you've completed, and you see all this dirt marks on the, you know, the tops where you put your, where you sit your butt down. Best guess was, instead of using a white tip like how we did last year, we used the ball valve, which from the POV point of view up here, when we're cleaning it, it appeared to get it up pretty good, but whenever it dried, you can clearly see it's a pretty inconsistent cleaning. And that's because, you know, when we're swerving the ball valve like this, we're inherently missing some areas, and those indeed are the areas that we missed. Oh man. Well, it's about a $3,000 mistake right there. Good old day rate. Ain't nothing like a good old mistake. Well, ain't much we can do now. Ain't nothing left to do it but to do it. Gotta go out there and refix it. Get out there and fix it. Work for another hour, call it quits. Feel like an old school days using a, you know, lance and a white tip. Freaking, I hate this old school way of cleaning, man. It just breaks your back. Alrighty guys, so after using the white tip, I was able to make it look a little better. You can see, don't really see too much of those swiggle lines like you do way over there, you know, some right there, but like this area that we just done looks a lot better. Good Lord, 4 o'clock. I need a freaking drink, some agua, I need a nap, and I need some alone time with my fiance. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I understand what it's like after a long ass day and then having to redo all of it. I'm gonna have to come over tomorrow and redo the whole fucking thing. So frustrating, dude. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed a day in the life of owning a power washing business. Peace out, guys. We'll see you on the next one.